I don't even know what episode this is of Uncut with KJH, but it is a holiday party look in minutes. I have on a touch of makeup from an earlier video, but I'm just gonna get straight in. I'm gonna start with bronzer. This is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer in the shade number 2, Sun-Kissed Bronzer, and I'm gonna take a big brush and just whip it on my face. I like to sort of go to the hairline first and just really push it into that part of my head, and then the nose, and then under the jaw, just to sort of sculpt and add a little contrast. Down the neck is always nice, to make sure it's blended well. I hope you're all enjoying Uncut with KJH so far. For anybody that doesn't know, this is a series that is completely unedited, unfiltered, just posted directly from my camera to the internet. And hopefully people are enjoying it and learning something. I know it's not the highest resolution possible, but I'm really sort of just trying to figure out what's sustainable for me at the moment. And iPhone front camera using a app called Pro Movie is what we have to play with. Okay, so sort of just getting it on, but I'm focusing on the outer perimeter of my head and the hairline. My assistant just asked me that. She was like, where do you put bronzer? I was like, I kind of just put it everywhere, but there's no rule. At the holidays, I do like to be a little bit more glam though, so I will go a little bit more, you know, heavier potentially with the bronze. Okay, next I'm gonna do blush. I'm gonna do blush first because I want a little bit of concealer over the top of everything to kind of make it, to soften everything slightly if you like. And I'm just gonna take another brush. That first brush that I used was the Sculpt number 9. This is called the Sculpt number 6. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of both of these shades from this Danessa Myricks Dewy Cheek palette. These can also be used on the lip. And I'm just sort of pressing it in and skimming it backwards toward the hairline. Again, there's no rule, just get it on any area that you'd like. I often don't do those videos that like, what's the best blush for your face shape? Or what's the best eyeshadow color for brown eyes? Because I genuinely don't believe in rules with makeup. I think that whatever makes you happy is what makeup you should wear, because if it makes you happy, then it will show on your face that you are happy, and therefore then you will look beautiful. Sounds cheesy, but it's true. I think that, you know, the one rule that I do though, I think most people look great in warm tones. I think cool tones sometimes can be a little bit, in the eyeshadow, you know, aspect, cool tones can sometimes be a little bit harsh. Warm tones are always a bit more softer and more dreamy. However, people with brown eyes look beautiful with blue tones and like jewel tones, but that's just, I hate almost to say that because I don't want it to limit how people play with their makeup. So before I apply any more concealer, I'm going to just skim my lash line with a little bit of Dimensional Dark Brown from Makeup Forever. And I'm just going to, I need a mirror for this. The thing is too far away from me. So I've just got a little compact. And I'm just going to skim. I hope you can still see what I'm doing. Just under the lash line. And then I'm just going to go over the lash line. I've got a little bit of eye gloss on, which is actually going to help move this pencil quite well. It's just a bit of Chanel Balm Essential. And it looks a little silly right now, but that's okay, that's normal. I'm gonna take Wavy number 212 from Makeup Forever, and I'm gonna blend that in. And again, this doesn't even need to be neat because we're literally gonna go for the most disco-y, crystal-y eyes right now using Bodyography glitter pigments. I'm gonna bring a little bit of that excess into the crease of my eye. And then with a brush that I would use typically for concealer, something a little bit dense and sort of short, I can use it to clean up anything that went a little bit further away from my eye than what I'm, you know, partial to. Okay, and then I actually might just go in the waterline because I think it's going to add more drama. And whenever you're blending product, you're actually taking product off. That's kind of the point. The blend is to remove so that you are essentially just, you know, making it softer in that area. And so you may want to sort of go back in with more of the product after you've blended. I'm really enjoying blending with this brush. This is a Sculpt by Spectrum number 12 with Ash Holm. And I'm just sort of, I really like what that's doing. I'm gonna go back in with the pencil on the other side, all the way around the lash line, as close as you can to the lashes. I've got a tiny bit of the mascara from Glossier, the brown one, the new Lash Slick in brown on my eye. And again, just getting it as close to my lash. That's the only thing you really need to worry about at this moment. And then just blending it with that 212 brush. first, just to get it smudgy. This is a kohl pencil. Kohl pencils typically allow for more movement than gel. That's definitely my preference. I like gels for the longevity, but I don't love them for the playfulness. You can't really move them as much as you can a kohl. Is it 6 o'clock yet? How long?
20 minutes.
Great. We have a call at 6, so just trying to bank a bit of content before I travel. All right, so going in my lash line with that. And it feels a bit funny, but it's fine. Okay, now we're not gonna worry too much about still what it looks like. I'm gonna take Caviar glitter pigment from Bodyography, and I'm gonna take that small little smudgy brush. But first, because it's got cream in it from the pencil, I'm gonna buff it into my towel and just get rid of any of that texture or any of that cream. And then I'm gonna take my compact again, and I'm gonna take my shadow. I'm just gonna pick up some on the side, front, all of the edges, and tap off the excess. This might fall down my face, but I haven't done concealer yet, and that is why. So we're gonna just come in a little bit closer, and we're gonna just skim that all the way around the lash line on both sides to create like a glistening, inky, kind of gorgeous, wet looking lid. And take a little bit more. I typically like my fingertips for this product, but my nails are too long for that right now. Doing the same in the inner corner. I'm just sort of getting it on. It doesn't, again, have to be neat yet. Taking this big brush again, and just blending the edges with this. Actually with the back side. I'm using this on the highest angle up, which is kind of the opposite of intuitive for this brush. It's almost like supposed to be used like flat, like a fingertip, but I'm using it the other way around. Okay, and then I'm just moving that around, bringing a little bit of what's on my brush into the crease. Because I don't really need that much in the crease anyway. I'm just going to use this brush. I'm using the friction of the bristles going up my face to buff off any fallout, because that's kind of the best way to get the fallout away. So now if I want to apply a bit more, I can just like be a bit sort of, you know, formulaic about it and decide where I want it to go. But these glitter pigments from Bodyography are my absolute favorite glittery eyeshadows. They are just, there's nothing like them. They are made in Korea at a lab by a lovely woman. I had the pleasure of meeting her. My friend Lori, who owns this brand, took me to meet her at a makeup show in New York City where all the manufacturers were sort of showcasing their new formulas and stuff. I definitely want to share a lot more of like product development process with my brand that's going to launch next year. I think it's just going to be so fun and just really bring sort of you all along for the ride in the best way. All right, putting a little bit more in there. I feel like you can never have too much of these type products on the eyes, just like the more glistening and the more sort of dramatic, the better. Taking this brush again, and I'm just moving everything before I apply the final shade of this quick eye, which would be the shade Halo. And then I'm going to use Halo with my finger, even though my nails are too long. But you'll see, like, it just sort of looks like a holiday party is happening on my eyelid. So my nails are literally just letting me get in there, but Halo is going on, and Halo is literally magic. My other favorite shade of this is Celestial, but Caviar was the one that kind of sealed the deal for me in these. It really made me like understand how beautiful they are, and it was the one that I was definitely using the most back when. And I think I had the most fun with that shade back then. Where's that big brush? Okay, I'm taking this big brush one more time, buffing all the excess out of it. I'm just going to move Halo into the center because it got a little bit far out there. And now, the last little step of the eye before mascara, I'm going to take that brown pencil one more time, and I'm just going to go in to the lash line where I sort of covered it up with a little bit of shadow. So I want a bit more of that depth from the pencil. Okay. Another really good way of getting our eyeshadow fallout away is a spoolie, which I'm about to do in a second because I feel like it's going to be almost the best way to remove some excess. Little spoolie like this, and just gently just take it near the eye, not too close. And if you're soft, you won't really notice it anyway, but you might, just be careful. And then I'm going to take some concealer on a concealer brush. I'll do this one. It's a little Rose Ink number 4. And I'm going to take my concealer and just go boop, 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 boop. If you don't make that sound effect, then it won't look good. Joke. Okay, so concealer just in those strategic places. And then I've got my little compact, and I'm just going to buff it in. And it's giving me a little bit of a stronger jawline because I went sort of a little bit brighter in the jawline area there. I'm not going to go over the cheek because I like that blush, but I might go into it a little. I'm going to go around the lips slightly, but not too much. And then just buff it in. And it should take a few moments, but it's, you know, if you, again, don't use too much, you'll find that it'll be easy to blend. Okay, and now what's beautiful about this is it's giving me a softer look out of all of the other things that I applied prior, like the bronzer, the cream blush, and so on and so forth, but all the while helping me to sort of clean up around the eye and make it a little bit more perfect. Okay, this brush is nice because it's got this foundation brush on the other side and helps you to sort of really be particular about where the product is going. I like to sort of get close to the eye with eyeshadow, with concealer after eyeshadow, but not too close because I like to sort of have some sort of border between the two. And actually what's going to be a great little butt brush to sort of help smooth all of this now is this brush. I'm just going to buff everything out of it thoroughly in here. And I'm just going to take almost a little bit of pressure around the side of the eye. And what it's doing is it's using a touch of the concealer that's on my skin and it's pushing it a little bit into that eyeshadow. Do you see how it just made it a little bit more perfect? Okay, I'm going to do powder because I want to do lashes at the very, very end, and lip because I don't want my powder to sort of flicker up and sit on my eyelashes. So powder first. When I remember to do this, it's my favorite routine. Powder on a little brush. This is the Charlotte Tilbury powder. Make sure to blend it in over the nose. I always kind of get it a little bit heavy there by accident. I don't know why I'm not using the mirror on the compact. Okay, this is 12 minutes. So, you know, this is like a full smoky glam eye in 15 minutes without any edits. If I can do it, so can you. Okay, we're gonna go in with much more mascara now and then finish with a lip. So I'm using Tower 28 MakeWaves and lots of it. I've already got a little mascara on, so it's giving me a little bit of a grip to sort of apply more to, which is always nice. And I would also go ahead and do lashes with this, but I'm not going to today. I'll keep things like lashes to be more sort of look specific, like tutorial specific to the lash. And I have a tickle on my eyelid and I need to get rid of it because it's there and it's just, it's going to make my eye water. So, you know, we're just going to take a little small brush. I'm just going to tickle my lash line with that brush. Oh, that's really tickly. And actually in this compact mirror, I see this glitter down my face, so I'm just going to buff that off. Oh, that's a real tickly eyelash there. Oh, lash line. Okay, get in there, get in there, get in there, get in there. Okay, good. It's gone. And then some on the bottom. Okay. If you don't do your fish face when you're not doing your mascara, it's probably not getting deep enough in the root of the lash, just saying. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of a lip and assess the situation. We have this. Oh no, I already got a lip. It's called Graceful and it's from Charlotte. It's from Rose Inc. You can do a little there, just sort of smush it in. Check it out in the mirror. Okay, and then a touch of Endless Cacao in the mix. And then I might grab a little bit of a lip balm, which I've been really loving using, from L'Oreal. And it's like this really sheer pink kind of glistening gloss that just adds like a hue of shine and a little bit more of a pink look to the eye. And I don't like that little red vein inside my nose. So I'm going to take a small brush and a little bit of concealer. And I'm going to be a perfectionist and get rid of it. So I'm just going to take concealer on my hand, a little tiny brush. This is a brush from a lab, and a little compact mirror. And I'm just going to go in there and erase that little red vein because it's annoying me and I have a little bit of dry skin on the edge of my nose, which is lovely. But it's a really nice way to sort of make everything feel a little bit more perfected. It's like if you see something you don't want it to be there, don't worry about it. But if erase it, but if you don't care to erase it, then that's okay too. I'm getting a little rush from being stressed for time because I really want to make this video not 20 minutes long. All right, and then I'm just going to take this brush, buff everything in. 6 minutes till our call. Okay, great. Okay, that is it. The last thing I'm going to do, because I just have to redefine the marks of beauty on my face. And I think, in all honesty, like I would probably take this eye a little bigger and a little lower, maybe with like a taupe shadow, because I think when you are intentionally smoky all the way around, it can actually go much lower than what maybe you feel like it should. And I also would do like a hair moment with this, like a little bit of a hair moment, some big earrings, and a cool kind of, you know, outfit or something. I hope that was helpful. I hope you learned something new. If you are not yet subscribed to my account, please do. And all of the products will be listed below. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.